Hello and welcome to another update on the Wilsonville real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, September 24th. So I'm going to share the screen with you now, as I always do, and go through the data with you. So first off, we'll look at active listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, I show we had 9 new listings, new properties come on the market last week in Wilsonville. And we've had a low of 6, a high of 13, so kind of in the middle of that range. The total number of active listings, you can kind of see it's been pretty steady. Had a high of 75, a low of 62. This last week, we kind of came in at 68 homes are active on the market right now in Wilsonville. The median price and days on market, you can kind of see where that had started off at 685 and kind of trended down to a low the prior couple of weeks at around 650. This last week did kind of bounce back up to 686,000 was the most recent reading for that. And the days on market, you can kind of see we were in the around the 45 days here for the first month, got up to a high of 52 and then dropped to a low of 37. So a bit of a range there. And then this last week kind of ticked up just a bit to 41. So the most recent 68 homes on the market, about 41 days of average market time right now in Wilsonville. Okay, moving along to pendings, pending sales. So this last week I show we had 11 properties go pending. You can kind of see it's been pretty darn steady here over the past month, but 9 to 11 homes a week. Certainly more than kind of where we were the month prior, and it's kind of reflected on the total number of pendings. In case we had a low of 53 here and got up to a high of 61 this last week, came out down just a bit to 59 homes in pending status is the most recent number available there. And the median price and days on market for the pendings, you can kind of see, didn't move a whole lot for quite a while. We were in the kind of the low 700s for the most part. This last week did kind of drop down a bit to 665,000, which is certainly a low for the past 8 weeks. And then days on the market, that has been on the rise. As you can kind of see, we had a low of 9 days of market time 8 weeks back. And that's risen up to a high here of 20 days of average market time, again, for the most recent 59 homes that are in pending status. So just about 3 weeks worth of average market time. So it's been taking a little bit longer now to get something into contract in Wilsonville relative to where it was a month or two ago. And finally, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put the info together, I show we had 7 homes go from pending to sold last week in Wilsonville. It's up a bit from the prior week where we had a low of 4. And when I look back over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis here, it's been, again, pretty steady in Wilsonville. We had a low of 26 and a high of 32 homes that have closed, again, looking back over a 4-week period. And this last 2 weeks now, it's been right at 27 homes have sold over the prior 4 weeks. And the median price and days on market for those solds, you can kind of see we had a high of 650, close to 650 on a couple occasions. The last 2 weeks, it's been at a low of 590,000. So, prices come down quite a bit over the past couple of weeks in terms of the median price. Days on market, that's been on the rise. We had 3 weeks where we were at 5 days. So, things were getting into contract very quickly here, kind of more than 2 months ago. And then as we've kind of gone over time here, that's risen up to a high of 41 days is the most recent reading for these 27 homes that have most recently closed in Wilsonville. And then to finish this out, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as percent of the original list price. So the red bars is that weeks of inventory. And again, hasn't varied a ton. We had a low of just under 8 weeks of inventory and a high of 11, a little over 11 weeks of inventory. Most recent reading is closer to about 10 weeks of inventory. So again, about 2.5 months worth of inventory right now in Wilsonville. The sale price as a percent of the original list price, that's been slipping a bit. It was very close to full asking price here at a high about 7 weeks back. And you kind of see it's been ticking down. This last week ticked down, down to a low of about 96.7. So roughly about a 3.5% discount is the most recent reading on that. But all in all, Wilsonville, as most markets here in the Portland area, is still very strong. Still kind of seller's market environment. With 2.5 months of inventory and prices, at least over the past 2 months here, holding pretty close to full asking price. So rates are kind of still driving the market as they always do, or big driver of it anyway. We're still at about 7.5% on a 30-year fixed rate loan for most people. And that's certainly kind of keeping, some would-be buyers kind of on the sidelines. It's also keeping some would-be sellers in their homes and, not wanting to give up their cheaper mortgage. So, as long as that dynamic holds, I think we're going to continue to see kind of a bit of a standoff in the market, and that's going to keep inventories, I think, relatively low, and prices holding pretty firm. But as we go through the fall and into the winter season, we'll see if that trend continues, or if we get a break one way or the other. So that's it for now. Hope that update was helpful for you. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to be of service to you. My phone number and email address are down below this video, so be sure to reach out if I can help. And as always, really appreciate any feedback you have on these videos, likes, comments, shares. They're all appreciated. So please give it a little love. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, really encourage you to do that. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your local market. So hope you have a great day and week ahead. Enjoy the rains that have finally arrived, and fall is definitely here. So we will see you on the next update.